Hello everyone, and welcome to the class. In this first lesson I'll talk about some of the motivation of why you want to become a programmer. I'll talk briefly about some of the motivating factors for becoming a programmer, and also talk about some of the elements that make being a programmer such a good career move. Then I'll lay out the structure of the rest of this class. Becoming a programmer can be a very good job choice. I've been involved with software development for over 30 years, and I've really enjoyed the development aspects of my career. I want to share with you some of my experiences of my career and some of the things that will help you be successful. Software development jobs pay very well. I've included a reference on the slide that states that the average salary for a software developer is over $95,000. This figure is from an article I found online from US News. I should note that this figure is for the United States, and salaries are very dependent on what part of the world you work in. Many of my students work outside the United States. I want to make sure to be clear that this figure is a US-based figure. Another great factor for becoming a software developer is the job demand continues to remain strong. Things can change in the future, but right now the demand is very strong, and the demand for software and computer products continues to rise. In addition to being a good paying job, there's also a potential entry into information technology management, which pays significantly higher. All of these factors make becoming a programmer a very sensible job choice. Now that we've talked about the job choice a little bit, let's talk about the remainder of this class. In part one of the class, I'll go over some of the basic skills that you'll need to master to become a software developer. I'll also talk about how to select the programming language that you would like to use to gain experience with. I'll also talk about the equipment that you'll need to practice your development. In the last part of this section, I'll talk about some of the computer science concepts that you'll need to master to become an entry-level developer. These concepts will drive the training plan that's necessary for you to develop the skills to master these concepts. In part two of the class, I'll talk about some of the items you'll need to go about developing your training plan. I'll also talk about the types of training that are available and some of the advantages and disadvantages of each of these types of methods. We'll also talk about how to get some experience so you have some projects and references you can put on your resume. In the last part of this section, I'll show you how to put together a master plan and budget to pull all of this together. I've included some sample master plans and examples that you can download and modify for your own plan. In the last part of this class, I'll talk about how to go about getting your first job. I'll talk about some of the places to go search for jobs and some of the options to help you find leads for jobs. Also talking about how to prepare your resume, and I've included some sample resumes that you might want to use to help format your own resume. Next, I'll talk about how you prepare for your job interview. I've included some tips for your job interview that I've learned over my career and things that can possibly help you out. I've tried to include as many examples as I can for my career that will help you get started with your new career. I've literally interviewed hundreds of programmers during my career, and I'll be able to give you some tips that I know what hiring managers look for when they hire a new programmer. Don't underestimate what it takes to become a programmer. There's a lot of skills to master, and this will require time and dedication to master the necessary skills to become a successful programmer. But don't let that stop you. It's a very rewarding career, and it has a lot to offer. Writing software for a living is a very satisfying career and can be also financially rewarding. So just a short word of encouragement: you can do this. Time and dedication and perseverance will help you fulfill your goal. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next lesson.